Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Diabear. Welcome to Falskallan Nights. Welcome to a very rare night where we start on time, but also a not so very rare night where one of us has technical issues. Our player, Yimmer, has decided, well, his computer has decided that it's just to project all Wi-Fi. Why? We don't know. But at this point, he's working on a fix, and because it's the devil. Wi-Fi is going to give you cancer. That's just how it goes. But that being said, when he's ready to come in, we're going to go into a quick technical difficulty screen to get him all set up and prepped, and we can start this game. But before then, let's get into announcements. We want to thank D&D Beyond for sponsoring us tonight for all player sheets and character notes and DM stuffs with items that are customized and be able to put in and stuff. I clearly rehearsed this because I have nothing. But that being the case, we would thank D&D Beyond for sponsoring our show and for allowing us to be moved further along in the Direbear process. That being said, speaking of Direbear, join our Discord. We have a Discord. We have a bunch of games going on right now, currently 3, but we'll go through that at the end of the session. We'd also like to try and promote our Direbear merch with a whole bunch of different styles, yoga pants, not yoga pants, sorry, sweatpants. They're yoga pants to me. That's what I do. Sweatpants, sweaters, t-shirts, tank tops, hoodies, hats, whole with all the Direbear branding logo on them. They are actually quite comfortable. I have the sweatpants that have the embroidery of the logo onto them, and it is absolutely really solid. That being said, we also like to thank Charminar with her group of all bards. Effects may vary. What was it that Tom does? A hard ronking, toe stomping, foot gnawing, thrash gnasher kind of group of people. Yeah, it sounds about right. Yeah, it's perfect. I like it. For sponsoring us tonight. Yeah, so now that I've lost my place, I'm just gonna look at the camera and wait till we start.
Camera's gonna get all messed up.
So apparently Yimmer hasn't come back yet, so we're just gonna keep on moving. Last time on Falskallan Nights, Team Them left Baltrus's manor, gathered Beatrice, and ended up going back to the town of Menestad, the beautiful homey style town. Words. My descriptions are beautiful.
Very downtown.
They're 100%. Beautiful town set in the middle of the heartlands, surrounded by fields, but a heavy industry is set. But Team Them decided to enter Castle Menestad without telling anybody that they were coming. Immediately got themselves arrested and had to wait a couple hours before, well, getting rescued by Glam Fizzlebottom, the guild matron of Menestad. Getting them out, Team Them decided to go and find out Golbin Clevis, the leader of the gang, the Rats. To find out information of what the hell is going on, if they knew anything about Patrina, but they didn't know that Golbin knew something about something that was happening west of or east of the Valen Rapids. The Goblinoid tribes that have been under the thumb of the White Hand Orcish group are moving east, further east, and that's further away. Why? They don't know. That's not a good sign for back into the Orcish lands. With that information in tow, and with some pretty good persuasions, not getting themselves killed, or at least severely beaten, they decided to go test their luck with the tailor shop with Sabrak. Having further conversations there and still finding no information on Patrina. Team Them decided to go back, gather their friend Halsterian, eat a wonderful, delicious meal, sleep on it, and now start the day. With that, you guys wake up. The smell of food is wafting through the guild hall. Something?
Oh no, you're good.
Okay, you're just having a little moment.
Yes.
just
having a little moment.
Just a little moment. Yeah.
Any last words before we leave? Ugh.
Nope. Get a chill.
I think so.
You're warming up. I can warm you up.
The gods are telling me something.
That you're haunted. All right, let's go.
I am. I mean, honestly, I am. Patrina. And then also, I have my two little, animal guardians. Spirit animal. Ancestor. You know, what the hell are they, actually?
That last one kind of scares me.
The last one makes sense.
So I used to be an egg. Okay. I get it.
So what came first, the spleen or the egg?
I was just thinking the same thing.
I did, because I always win. I'm always first.
What?
Ah! Oh, it's mealtime. I must go. I'll be right back.
kicking down the door into the hallway. You just hear Glam. I had that.
Can I get
Hey!
some breakfast ale?
No, you cannot. Because
Why not?
Well, there we go. Technical difficulty is undifficultied. How you doing, Yim? no, Mike.
I chose not to speak until I was unmuted this time.
Hey, there you go.
Learning.
Character growth.
Responsible Yim.
What the hell is this? I don't trust this. That being said, the game just started, so let's you guys are in the guild hall, food is being had and prepared. You guys are having your last preparations before you start heading out. So, what do you do?
Okay. So
Yeah,
honestly, what is the plan? So we get there and we
Seance?
Do we need to like get naked and dance around a fire or something?
I have no experience with necromancy. I don't know.
I don't know, she might be flattered by that. I mean, I didn't have to do all that.
So we just show up. Maybe we say our name 3 times.
Don't you have to have a mirror for that? Suppose we could pick one up on the way.
Pick what up?
A mirror?
Mirror.
You know, I mean, you know when you see your her name 3 times in a mirror and then she shows up.
No.
B, did you get one of my mushrooms? Is that
No.
okay? Because that sounds like something from like
Is-
up here.
Is that how you talk to your ancestors? Because I just like close my eyes and turn off.
I don't know if I've ever spoken to them. Like I've been to like the memorial site, but I've never heard anything back or seen anybody. Other than when we were on the on the pass and then we saw weird things. But I'm pretty sure those were just dryads being dryads.
Well, maybe you didn't say it 3 times and didn't have a mirror.
Maybe.
So we have to put a dryad into the mirror.
Could I turn the mirror to face the dryad and then the dryad say it 3 times?
Oh, we smash the dryad into the mirror, break it. Then we have little tiny mini mirrors.
How about we start with calling her name?
Yeah. I mean, that's what I was going to do anyway.
Wait, what if we just did it here? Do we have to go out into the forest? Patrina, Patrina, Patrina.
But isn't she out in the forest last we knew?
Yeah.
Well, she
So
was.
it's not just a summoning spell?
I
don't know.
Because
She
if
just-
I
I
have a
stood in
weird
the other
thought.
room and I yelled really loudly, "Splayed! Splayed! Splayed!" she'd come running. So
Yimmer, make a history check for me, please.
Oh,
That's very true.
well, that was unexpected.
I'll come to you if you yell for me. Anywhere on this earth.
Spleen,
Well,
what's
she was originally a banshee in that area when we first found her, if I recall.
History.
Are we out
Yeah.
of town yet? Or are we still just leaving the guild hall?
I would assume you're just in the guild hall, but if you guys are just doing a walk and talk, I'll accept this.
Yeah, walking and
Walk
talking.
and talk.
Spleen, after we're a little bit out of the city, let me see the locket again. I want to try something real weird. I have no idea if this is gonna work.
What'd you get, Matt?
What are you doing?
13?
I just need to look at it. You don't have to give it to me.
Okay. Yimmer, You've been frequenting these parts for quite a long while now. Menestad is kind of like a secondary homestead to you, pretty much. Uh, during your many nights of drinking the very, very fresh mead out of Mead Meadows, you'd always hear about travelers coming in from the north, talking about spotting, having sightings the lady of the Lady of the Woods, and just a lot of it seems like tall tales, or like don't the kind of idea to spook travelers to not go off the path.
Okay.
But generally, like the Lady of the Woods is the moniker that is around this area for somebody up in the north forests.
So this just came to mind. There might be some kind of Lady of the Woods. Is that like up north? Is that kind of what we're?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
thought she was just a story.
No.
Oh,
First
Please,
time
openly.
we were with some assholes camping. They started talking about this banshee or ghost in the area that creeps people out. Then I wanted to hit on said banshee. So made the most beautiful, the best flower offering, gave it to her. Then she was like, "Thank you." I was like, "Wow, she totally is into me." Then months later, went to go back there by myself. Hung out there for a good bit. Did some art. And then when I was leaving, then she told me her name, Patrina. Katrina.
oh, the bird wasn't part of the name.
No.
Oh, okay.
No. That was just my spin to it.
Mm.
Mhm.
Wait, this isn't the one that like you made that gold
Yeah,
thing.
that's
for.
the one.
Oh,
That's the art.
oh, okay. Wait, she's gonna be cool with like you and B, right?
She's gonna have to.
Oh my god, I have to fight a ghost.
Yeah, I'll just send my ghosts after that ghost.
Okay. Just checking.
How do you fight a ghost?
With phantom boxing.
Ah!
Well, really, we're trying not to fight her.
Divine
That is
It's-
true.
I mean, yeah, we're not trying to fight. I mean, we have questions.
Yeah.
So
Okay,
walking
so what did you want to
through
do with my locket?
so walking through Mead Meadows, going back the main square, walking through the mud paths and whatnot, seeing the very like the houses that are a little more spaced apart, but in showing a very lower income group of folks. Very much the working man's part of town. A lot of the farm help and the field hands are living here, and if they're not tilling the fields, they'll come back home and eat, drink, fuck. Yeah, you heading into the main square and then starting to go north into the Iron District. Sorry, give me a second.
You're good.
heading up into Noon Square, which will lead you to the Nor Amen forest, which is where you guys had been before.
Mm-hmm.
Just leaving the town and starting to get into the more rural side, you head into fields just before head into a row of strip fields. So you see a lot of crops that are starting to get planted there, with a bunch of the farm hands hand planting everything, and seeing the cows pulling a lot of the tilling machinery, getting everything set and ready for another season of harvesting. Eventually hitting the Alman River and walking across the bridge, and you now are outside of Menestad.
What did you want to do with my locket?
Yeah, I'm gonna wait until we're like a good chunk of distance away from town. Not necessarily when it's completely out of sight, but like someone looking from town or around us anywhere on the road, we're gonna look like dots.
So you basically want to have like barely visible status.
Yeah.
Okay, so that'd be another like 10 minutes down the road, and the road starts bending north and around, and it's following the river a little bit, and then it cuts into the forest. That would eventually cut into the forest, and it doesn't seem to be a very well traveled a road in itself, especially at this time of day. So I would say that at this point you get yourself to a point where you feel comfortable doing it.
I just need to see her picture, Spleen. I don't actually need to hold the amulet at all. I just need a visual.
Okay.
So I can remember what she looks like. What? No, like, hold it open for just a minute for me, okay? Bear with me. And I'm gonna try and cast Sending to Patrina.
Okay, so Spleen opens the locket, and you see the visage of like a drow elvish woman, crimson red lips, a very like piercing hazel eyes, a dark like jet black hair done up in some sort of like an updo, like a couple of strands of hair coming down the sides. You see like you see a gorgeous golden crested ruby that has been cut to an absolute fine degree and perfection. A high collar like shoulder cowl that covers her up while she's wearing basically like a corset that's heaving up the girls, let's say.
Keeping the ladies in mind.
And that's basically all you get.
And Howard's just like, I don't know if this works on ghosts. Let's try it. And he's in a cast. And Patrina, my name is Howard. Friends with the goblin girl that built you a shrine. Is this working? And that's it.
Can you hear me now?
One moment goes, a second moment goes, a third. You don't get a reply back.
Maybe not. I don't know.
It's certainly worth trying.
I had to find out. I mean,
Can't be that easy.
if she's here.
She's playing hard to get.
Elsewhere, I don't know.
Maybe she just doesn't want to answer your message.
Also possible. I don't know. We haven't even spoken to her, and I'm already getting more questions.
What? I mean, what questions would you ask? Like, what are we going to say? Is this you? Okay, cool. Now what? Like,
Well,
Who were you? What happened?
Yeah. What else can she
How
tell
did
us
you
about
get this plane?
Yeah. Why are you here? You know anything about the grand brain? Grand oh, Grand Magus
The
of
Grand
the Dread
Duke of-
Plane?
Grand Duke of Dread.
What can you tell us about the Dread Plane?
Are we just standing?
No, we're
For
walking.
Oh, okay.
Are you? You
We
haven't
just-
told me
We
anything.
just stopped and stood there. No,
Yeah.
we kept
if we,
going
like-
after trying this ending.
Like, Yim's definitely going off path then. For like just along the sides, kind of. You know,
Okay.
just seeing what's there.
Within eyesight.
He had one of those child leashes on him. He's like, oh wait, he's got himself caught around a tree. He's just kind of circled around.
Circled
At
around
this point,
party.
it's like, yeah, or it's like he stops and Spleen's the one carrying him. Just starts pulling him. You just see Yim being pulled by Spleen across the ground. At that point, you just see like Yim kind of go like not cadaver, but just full on limp, giving up on the fact that I can't fight this.
It's not so bad. But yeah, Yim would be looking for whatever fun stuff.
Make a nature check.
I think I would be good at that, but I'm not. With an 11.
I mean, we're in the spring. We're in the springtime, so a lot of the snow is now melted, and so the grounds are soggy, they're wet, and a lot of like the down trees that have already started decaying or are ripe for mushrooms to start popping up and out. You start looking around, and you do see like a long, thin stem mushroom that's led to like a red spot on like a white cap. You see like a whole bunch of them just kind of growing off of one tree.
It's looking interesting. Is long. I'm sorry, can you describe that again? Long white.
A long, thin stem leading into a spot red on a white cap, into a red spot on a white cap. My description's white as words.
Black. Stripe. Brown.
You
Ooh, yes. Okay, I
you would
just-
immediately recognize it. I just wanted to see if you would
Ooh, a spotted corny. So I'm gonna
Yeah.
grab a bunch of those.
You basically like there's a whole series of them that are growing out of this tree, and it looks like they've hibernated well in the winter. Now that they're growing back up, they're nice and plump, absorbing the moisture and the decay into the ground. From the ground, I should say. Yeah, you grab about a handful of them, which is equal to about 20 of them.
And he will have 19 because he's going to immediately eat one.
It is a bit of a rubbery texture, but a lot of the liquid that has been seeped inside releases on the bite, so you get a little bit of like an earthy texture, like an earthy taste to it, as well as like a bit of a wetness. It is not exactly delicious, but it isn't disgusting.
So bad. Always nice to get the fresh ones. Anything happen?
You feel slightly invigorated.
You have bubble gut.
Okay. Guys, look what I found. Anyone want a mushroom? These are really good. Like, actually good, not like Yimmer good.
Ah, throw it in my mouth.
There was a couple at Spleen.
Yes.
Make a dex check. I want to see this.
Roll a what?
Nah, like Yimmer has to throw dexterity, like a basically just like a throwing check with just dexterity,
Oh yeah.
and then
22.
his spleen. You got a 22.
Yeah.
So basically, Yim, you try and throw it like it's a dart because it kind of looks like it, and you figure it might work. You misrelease, and it kind of flies a little high and out. Spleen. You're like, ooh, target.
Go on all fours and then bounce up.
Exactly. You just bounce right up into the air, catch it, land down.
She'll be
And
great
you-
for hibachi.
You basically, God, you basically taste the same thing I just described,
Mhm.
except it isn't that cheeseburger that you just shoved into your gullet.
Mm. It kind of has the texture of like when I had that toe way back, and it was one of the hangnails.
Mm.
Yeah, chewy, but there's like a weird, heavy, like a snotty texture. With the
Yeah,
crunch
yeah.
there.
Honestly, not sure I'm going to enjoy these as much anymore. But yeah. Yeah.
I was curious until you described it like that.
Yeah, the texture really got to get past the texture. Other than that,
Oh, yeah,
not bad.
Maybe add salt.
Yeah, like you can't dry these out and like make almost like a mushroom jerky out of it.
Yeah.
Then, because yeah, it is kind of chewy. But
You know, Al, what do you think the odds are that one day he goes to pick a mushroom and it bites him?
like again,
What do you mean again?
Well, I was going to say depends on the forest, but
I get what you mean.
All I know
We've
is
gotten attacked by a mushroom, by the
yeah,
way.
like
we did.
technically it didn't start out as a mushroom.
That's true. I know what you're
But
talking about.
still.
All I'm saying is, if he gets eaten by a mushroom, I'm calling right now that I'm not telling Diamondback. Someone else has to do it.
Fine.
You
That's
just see
for
you
real.
just see Fury pop out of the ground. I knew it. He was alive the whole time.
What? Why was it like a sock puppet thing? We just anytime we have a cameo of Diamondback, it has to be like Muppet version.
It just becomes like comfortable Doug.
Yes. I
Wait,
love
sorry,
Out
this
out
is-
of nowhere.
This is his hat.
Mhm.
So while we've been walking, I've been having a thought. I still have my hat of disguise.
me too.
I use it to look like her. Because I worry about looking like anyone in the other lockets, since that may elicit a more violent response. We don't know. Especially if she finds out that I am me and not the person in question. But when she sees me as her, she'll know that it's not her. So maybe she'll have more questions as to what the hell is going on.
That's a
If
good
I was
question.
like some weird like spirit lady living out in the woods and someone showed up as me, I'd be like, what the fuck?
Yeah. I'd be
Yep.
mad. I'd be like, you made fun of me?
Well, the point is to get her.
Well, let's
Attention.
Yeah, that.
first, let's try calling her name
Well, yeah.
before you nerds start doing some weird shit.
Didn't I just say that outside of the guild? Like, first thing, let's call her name?
I don't listen to you a lot of the time, so maybe you did.
If it makes it feel better, I listen. I just don't remember.
Thanks, Yum.
I think that's called hearing. He hears you but does not listen.
Mm-hmm.
Regardless, we should get going.
We are the saviors of many places.
I recognize that.
Bodies by chance? Yeah.
Moving forward, following the path along the winding trail that is being lined by various types of trees and growths that also lead into further fields that have yet to be tilled or in the process of being tilled itself by more rural farmers and farm hands. You eventually make it up to a point where you lot recognize basically last year, like the spot that you were last year, where you met
Raskin's boys?
yeah, where you met Raskan. And you still see like the abandoned house, the abandoned cottage that you first stayed in, still there, a little more dilapidated this time around, but it definitely looks like it's still holding up semi strong.
Alright, Spleen, where did you make this shrine at?
I'm gonna need you to make a history check there, Spleen.
Why did I have to eat with the wrong hand? I'm hold on.
Oh, I never. I'm a big dumb animal. I never pulled out his dice.
History.
History.
Can I use my background Outlander? I have exit memory for maps and geography.
Actually, yeah.
Can always recall the general layout of terrain, settlements, and other features around you. I got a 13 minus 1, so 12, but
okay.
Yeah, but with your Outlander background, I mean, that makes the most sense. Yeah, you recognize this area, so that would drastically reduce the DC.
okay. I'm like,
No, you recognize the area and you remember where you were before, and getting back into like the thick of the forest of the Nor Alman. It'll still take you about a half a day's walk, and at this point, you were all at like 1 o'clock right now,
Mm.
just past the zenith of the sun.
Mhm.
It shouldn't be too far now. I wonder if she'll be more active at night. Because usually a lot of spooky stuff happens at night. Right?
That's how a lot of stories go. I mean, I would
It's
think so.
generally believed that there is a stronger connection to the spirits at night. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So we can try. Man, this mushroom is I'm still chewing this mushroom. So we can try
Ew.
making contact at night.
All right.
I
Did
should
we
chill here for the
all
day
do
then. We're just chill here for the day then.
It'll still be another half day's walk from where you guys are at this point.
Mm.
I'm still under the assumption that you guys are still at the cottage, like the dilapidated cottage.
Yeah, let's keep going.
Keep going.
follow the spleen?
I don't
Yeah.
have any coconuts.
No.
Wait, we don't even have a horse. That wouldn't work.
We eventually find the horse that we actually left here.
We left our
Breath of the
horse and
Wild, this
cart
thing.
at the Menestad Guild Hall, I think, forever ago.
I
And
don't
never
think you got-
retrieved it.
Did you guys actually have a? I don't remember you guys having one.
We
I
had a
believe
cart.
we did.
We had
cart.
a cart we managed to piece together from the broken carts in the Hill Giant's lair.
Way back.
There was one that was mostly intact still that we were able to put like a wheel or two back on and get it functional.
I thought how good that did us.
And then we left it at one of the guild halls at one point and
Mhm.
never retrieved it.
Jeez.
This was smart.
Jeez. All right. Heading further into the forests. So wait, you guys are staying? Or are you actually going further in?
Further in.
All right. So further in, the forest starts getting dense. The sounds of the birds and like you hear normal forest sounds walking through. The ground is rougher at some points, and so it starts becoming a little more slow going, slower than you'd wish it to be. But Spleen, you're still very much on track. And you're finding a lot of the the trail markers that you didn't leave behind, but that you had recognized,
Mm-hmm.
made mental note of as you had been here before.
Mm-hmm.
And it's at this point you start getting into more of a clearing into the forest where it's not super heavy trees, but there's a lot more space between. It's almost like a meadow, but not really. It's a lot more rocks protruding out of the ground and more jagged shapes trees that have been felled. You see the signs of larger trees that had once been here and been felled and taken away. And is at this point, actually, I'd like for you guys to make perception checks, please.
80. All right, eh?
$15.
14.
19.
15.
22.
Nice.
You had to be different.
It had to be different. As you guys are walking through this this meadow, this I'm just gonna call it a meadow at this point. This meadow, for those who rolled above a 16, you start noticing like little jagged points sticking out of the ground, and you start seeing like little jagged points sticking out of the ground. What looks to be like this very circular shaped like circular shaped hill that's kind of been heavily grown over and whatnot. There are there's a lot of different like mounds and shapes that have just been, well, with time, grown over. There's signs of something underneath them, but you don't know what it is exactly. And at this point, Yimmer, uh because of your passive, or because of your perception check, you start noticing you start seeing like, what is it, like tentacle stems growing out of the ground, and they're like black, but they have this distinct this red tip right at the end.
Just a second, guys. These little guys, I don't think we want to touch them. That said, I am going to take some.
You just
Don't-
said.
Uh,
I said you don't touch
okay,
Yeah.
why?
them.
Why?
I don't quite remember, which is usually a sign that you don't touch it.
Okay.
So
What
if
if
you
we, like-
you go over and grab it.
Well, I don't grab it, but like I.
He takes out some
Extract it.
tongs.
Yeah.
Knife it into Mr. Sack.
Yeah, you extract it. It's you start grabbing it, and like, I know you're being gentle with it, so you break it off right at the base. The base is kind of like four individual like tentacle like stems that are growing up from the ground. So you break one off, and the smell is absolutely putrid. It is absolutely putrid, and like the liquid that starts coming out almost looks like it's blood. It's very thick and viscous, and it has this very crimson look to it.
Oh, did not mean to do that. Oh.
What you have in your
sorry.
hand is an octopus stinkhorn.
Ah. Oh. This was really hoping to do this in one piece, but well, I'm gonna put that in the old sack. Mr. Sack really likes these ones, so I don't
Yeah.
know.
It smells pretty great.
Okay. That explains things.
Hmm.
Okay. A lot of things just kind of clicked for me. Now that said, anybody's around?
With that perception check, you don't see any bodies.
Hmm. Well, so good news and bad news. I think we're probably close. Bad news is, like these things, these little stinky fuckers, they're like kind of a soak up blood type of thing. So like
Mhm.
there's a lot of blood where they grow. So be careful, I guess.
Okay.
That could be from just a wild animal, could it not?
Like I guess like a really big one, like a lot of blood. Like that's usually how it is. Like usually, like if it's an animal and it's eaten, then it's like, a bunch of it's taken away. Like this is more like a full big body or bodies kind of thing, usually.
Can I make a would that be a survival check?
What do you
To look
wish
for
to-
any like tracks or struggle, anything that could have been in that area to do anything like that? To like broken branches, again, tracks. If there's any pieces not
Yeah.
whole.
That would either
Was
be
it-
survival or investigation.
I'm doing survival.
Can I assist her with that, seeing after hearing Yimmer and then seeing her kind of like start looking? Can I help her in any way? I
No.
assume B would have an eye on Spleen the whole time.
You would have an eye on Spleen, but if she's not explaining what she's doing,
Okay.
you can't really assume. You could
Okay.
assume what she's doing, but you could have it completely wrong. So at that point, you can make a check yourself for like you could do like a perception check, because at this point you're trying to look at what she's trying to think.
Mm.
It's okay.
That's more or less the chain of events on that one.
Yeah.
Natural 20
Ah.
for 25.
For 25. Nice.
Survival.
So, in around this area, you notice that there's a lot of trees that have been felled, but it looks like it's not been recent at all. And a lot of the jagged rocks that have been around, that are like around here, and a lot of the stuff here. This was you get the sense that this was a site of a battle, but this was a very long time ago, given how overgrown and how everything is.
Okay. How long? Like several months or years?
We're talking years.
Years. Okay. Oh, so these things stick around. Doesn't have to be fresh.
You don't know how badly I want to go fucking nerd right now and just be like, these are the things I made, and I'm going to tell you exactly every little bit of information about them.
You get a natural 20.
Yeah, that's also true. But that's an investigation check, not a nature check.
It was survival.
It was survival.
Can Yimmer do an investigation check on the bloodhorn or the stinkhorns?
The stinkhorn, the bloodhorn. I mean, honestly, calling a bloodhorn is not far off.
Yeah, Spleen said that out loud of like, this is old. There's
So,
nothing new.
Yeah, but like Yimmer, you have a better understanding that like these specific mushrooms once they start growing in a specific spot, they don't stop, because basically what caused them to germinate and seed was caught them on, and now they've been able to grow. And so just because the only way to effectively get rid of them is to pull the root from the ground. And seeing as these things don't ever get picked, ever get picked because of their notorious smell, they tend to just be left alone.
Is this area close to her?
Very close. It's very
Okay.
close. You're not too far off. And at this point, you're starting to get to sundown.
I think we should make camp right here.
I was thinking that too.
On the
No.
Yes. Yes.
This place still smells really bad.
But use that spell. Press your dad, Jason. Press your dad, Jason.
Your dad's
I love
Jason?
that so much.
Press your dad's Jason.
Press your dad's Jason? What
Yeah.
is your dad's Jason?
I don't know. It's their spell.
Prestidigitation, I believe.
I think that's the one, Hal.
Ah. That would take a lot
Prestidigitation?
of prestidigitation.
Especially because you'll be doing it solo. I don't have it today.
Fuck's sake.
Sorry.
I mean, we don't have to be like on top of the things, but like a little bit away, but still in the same clearing. Just listen for a sec. This is old blood. This is old blood. And I'm thinking this is like important old blood to Patrina. Or it's tied into Patrina. Maybe not. Maybe we're just. It's like what do you call it? Convenient. Convenient. Or
Good job.
Oh,
That was a good word.
no. Yeah. You know the one, the word?
Coincidence?
A winkadink.
yes.
A
I'm going to be
winkadink.
honest, I was only thinking of this is consequous. That's not a word, Steve.
It is now.
Quinkadink. There, I have a feeling, and I've seen a lot of battle aftermath. I think this used to be a battle. This whole, it's not an animal. This whole clearing
Okay, but I have a question.
is soaked with blood.
Can we go like 30 feet that way so we're not in the smell?
Fine.
Thank the stars. Alright. I'll start the walkabout for the domes and well, the one dome for me.
I'll start
How's-
doing alarm while he does that.
Halcyon Percy Palace. Yeah, it doesn't take you too long to find a good enough clearing to set the dome and get yourselves all set up and in. You find like a bit of a hill that's a little more sharper tuned. It seems like there's like a rock that has been that has dirt that has been thrown over it and kind of melded out one way, but it still has a sharp shored edge.
Mm-hmm.
So you set yourself up on that. You said there's a campfire pretty much ready to be lit and set, and let the ambiance of the fire hit the back of this mound that allows reflection of the light to come out a little bit further. Setting up with all the food that you have prepared. Spleen, you're still chewing on that piece of
Yep.
on that mushroom. At this point, it's just kind of like a old piece of gum. It's
Yeah.
really worn in.
Yep. I just like to chew on stuff.
Mm-hmm. Right on. So, big plan for watches. What's going on? How you guys gonna start this up?
I'll walk first.
I'll join.
I'm gonna do. I'm gonna rest first and take watches in the latter half of the night.
Alrighty.
Yeah, I want to be at the latest.
I would like you guys to, for those on first watch, roll perception check, please. And I'm assuming the dome is up.
Yeah, I
Mhm.
put some alarms around us too.
20.
10.
Being up for as long as you have, Beatrice, you're trying to stay up, and you're doing a pretty decent job. But at this point, you're kind of at a state of tired where you're letting your mind wander just a tad.
Still catching up on my sleep.
Yeah, you're still feeling a bit stiffy from that from forging. Yimmer, you're looking around to see if there's anything of significance going on. You hear the sound of what seems to be like deer walking through the forest. You hear heavier footsteps, heavier footsteps from further off, which then you hear the sounds of the crickets very loud and around, because a lot of the grass that is growing up that has grown up is good coverage for them.
Peaceful out here.
It is absolutely peaceful out here. It's only when you start looking more north, you see that the moon is the sky is clear. It is cold. It's a brisk cold, but it's not terrible. But the moon in the sky is showing a good reflection off like the trees and whatever bits of meadow that the canopies would allow. And it's at this point you see what looks to be the start of glowing. Just like little speckles of glowing on the ground. And they're starting to, they're further off, more into like the tree line itself. But it's hard to determine from where you are standing.
How far away?
Tree line is about a good, it's a good 300 feet, and then from further on, it just turns into pitch black.
Oh, 300 feet away? Oh.
Yeah. Like you're seeing the glowing from there, like from where you are there. You guys are pretty much not situated like in the middle of the field or the middle of the meadow, but more or less like kind of sticking to the skirts.
Oh, okay. I guess Yimmer will kind of walk a little closer, like 30 feet.
30 feet? Okay.
Where are you going?
Do you see that kind of funky glow over there?
No.
Maybe no. Like, get on your tippy toe. Like, I'm shorter than you.
Beatrice, you get up and you actually start focusing on what Yimmer is saying, and you actually start seeing this glowing little speckles that are close to the ground.
Oh. What is that?
I don't know. I was thinking of like going over to see it, but yeah, I'm a bit
Nobody's.
tired, so like feels though I should be. Yeah, let's just do it.
Yeah, I was gonna say nobody's gonna stop us.
You guys did this to yourselves.
I was just thinking we've made a dire mistake.
Yeah, the last time those two went to like they were chased by wargs or something. I don't even know.
Yeah, watching ward riders.
You start moving out. Yeah, you
Okay.
start moving out and towards the towards the light sources. How close do you get? How close do you want to get?
50 feet.
50 feet from it or 50 feet from your camp?
Do they seem to, like, as we get closer, do they seem to stay in the distance, or do they seem to also get closer to us?
You walk forward and the sources of light are not moving. They're very like the speckles of light that you see are like almost like a neon purple blue. It's very faint, but it's
Like
like the shifting spectrum of violet is what you're seeing at this point, and it's not rapid. It's just very free flowing. It's just a very smooth transition. It's not.
you're seeing that too, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna keep
Right.
eating these mushrooms then.
Which ones are you eating?
Suppose I can't go randomly anymore.
You can. Oh, come on. Where's your life? Where's your will to live? Come on.
Yim retired. There's no responsible Yim now.
Oh boy.
Oh my god.
No.
He's alone in the dark with me, looking at some
This is
weird
why we get
lights in
his
the
watch out of the
distance.
way first.
What am I rolling?
D20.
I already rolled a 1 tonight, so I want to say. Whew. Not a 1. That's a 5.
You're lucky.
uh,
You
So,
stick your hand into the bag, not even thinking. You throw something right in your mouth.
oh, oh,
What did you do? What's happening?
you're about to not like the smell. Oh,
And B, it takes you about a second, and the smell hits you.
Oh, God. Yeah.
oh, it got in my mouth. Oh, oh,
Oh,
I need. Oh, who had that coffee? Who had that crap?
oh, it
Oh,
smells awful. It
don't.
smells so bad.
I'm
It
going to have the
smells
worst
so
breath.
bad.
It's at this point one of you guys start waking up for your next watch, and all you're hearing off in the background is ew,
Ew,
It got in my mouth.
Yimmer, it's in your mouth. Ew.
What is
I
happening?
swear it doesn't happen too often.
What is
Oh,
Oh,
It's
this
Flea's
is
gonna
why
wake
I
up.
don't. This is why I don't pick them. This right here. That's why I wasn't supposed to pick them. Because I never look.
Flea's gonna walk up, rubbing her eyes. What is happening? Ugh.
it stinks. Don't come over here. It stinks. Don't.
Yeah, like you guys are pretty much like 100 feet away, and you're having this conversation very loudly. Basically, everybody's
Yelling
kind of
in the
like,
field at night.
yeah.
Did you shit yourself?
Anyways, there's some lights over there. We were gonna go check them out. You want to come?
They're like purple.
Do I recognize those lights?
No.
Huh. Yeah, let's go look at them. Could be her. I don't know.
There's a whole bunch of them, and they're
Yeah.
like little and close to the ground.
Yeah, they're not lightning bugs.
I want to catch one.
They're purple.
You start getting closer, and the moment you realize you're looking at a series of mushrooms that are all glowing, and they're kind of in succession. They're kind of like leading towards a singular point.
Damn, Yimmer. This has your name written all over it.
Oh, this makes up for eating that god-awful stinkhorn. Oh, you're cruel and dangerous mistress. Oh, do I recognize these?
You don't. These are new.
Oh boy, I haven't seen these ones before. Okay. Big, big things are happening. First of all, your lady friend, any fan of mushrooms?
I have no idea.
Okay, so she's
She
not
seemed
going to
like
get
a fan
mad.
of a lot of things. She liked what I
Okay,
did.
is she not a fan of people who take
Mm,
mushrooms from her?
mm.
Okay, well, I guess we're gonna find out.
Oh, Patrina. Oh God. Does that look okay?
You look beautiful.
Oh God.
Don't say that out loud. She might get jealous.
Are the nerds up or no?
I was about to say Howard, without opening his eyes, is just gonna be quietly like, "Hal, do we check on them?"
I'm not moving. If I leave this, you remember the spell ends.
And then
You
we
do it.
have to recast it.
Their parents.
And I was like, Hal, it's your turn. It's your turn to get the baby.
It's like the kids getting up and making their own snack in the middle of the night without telling the parents and the kid.
I guess I'll check on
We're
them.
putting soy sauce with ice cream and then putting it in the microwave.
Yeah, I used to just take handfuls of shredded cheese and put it on a plate and put it in the.
Okay, focus, guys. Focus.
I guess I'll go check on them. And he's going to very reluctantly stand up and slowly trudge out of the dome.
Spleen has the locket out, and it's just like holding it and like bringing it close to the mushrooms to see if they change.
I'm gonna
Dang
stop
it.
right outside the dome.
Patrina.
Hal, you might want to come to. God damn it!
Patrina.
There's glowing mushrooms.
Wait, don't we want to be up at night so we can talk to Patrina? Why were we sleeping?
Oh yeah, isn't it easier to see a ghost at night?
I don't know, but everything's glowing.
Oh my god.
Isn't it
Hey,
dark already? If
mushrooms
you can
are-
see the glowing, I mean, it's already dark.
I've already had it with you people.
If you close your eyes, then it is dark. Mm,
That is true.
yeah.
And
If
all
you,
the
like,
mushrooms
squint.
like lead to an area. Like, what's in the center?
I don't know. We
Is
should
it
go.
one big glowing mushroom?
We should go. We should.
We
Let's go.
should stop
Okay,
and
let's go.
wait
Let's go.
for just a few seconds.
Not
And I'm
going to
gonna
wait.
reach
Not
out,
going to
touch
wait.
a mushroom, and cast Identify at first level.
Identify at first level. Okay.
Doing the slow walking. Like,
Just saying, you had to run over here if that's the case, because we were already there. Were you running?
We.
I'm gonna slowly make my way. I'm not gonna run.
Okay, just give me a second. I
treading.
gotta.
Oh yeah, because Yimmer's touching that. Well, before you get
yeah,
that.
the glowing lights like started 300 feet away. So...
I mean- Okay, whoa, one thing at a fucking time. Whoa, kids, slow down. So obviously we're gonna start with Yimmer touching the thing because that's what he's going to do. That's just how it's gonna work.
Why I stayed in the hut.
But
Do you touch it? Do you pluck it? What do you do?
Fuck it.
no.
Go to your room. You know what? Computer, shut him down. Wi-Fi off.
That would be so amazing if it just cut out right now.
Sorry, it set me up.
What do you do? Tell me. Come on.
I poke it.
You poke it?
Yep.
Getting closer to these mushrooms, they're all different shapes and sizes. You see, like the caps are a little more wider brimmed, and so as soon as you touch it, they kind of flow as if it was water. Just
What is this place? Okay. Yimmer's going like his finger that he touched it with.
yeah. And your finger is fine. You basically hit a solid object, and it just started flowing as if you just touched water.
But it's not wet.
No,
Okay.
no, like your finger is fine. There's nothing on it. There's nothing currently wrong with it, other than it being attached to you.
Okay, well, you two might want to stand back. I'm gonna cut it, and yeah, this is where it might get dicey.
I'm
So
standing in the same place, close to you. I want to see.
okay, Yimmer is gonna start, I guess, cutting at the base.
Yeah, so you take your knife and you slice it, and almost gives like an off-gassing, pretty much, just like that sound of air being released. Not exactly that high pitch, but just
You just fought.
like that. But as soon as it does, you see that the glow just kind of shuts off.
Huh. Shakes it.
Shakes it, and you just see like a couple of spores just kind of.
Did we breathe those in? Oh,
Yeah. Yimmer's gonna give it a sniff.
It smells rather sweet, actually. It kind of reminds you of like a sweet bread.
Oh.
this is some Hansel and Gretel shit right now. We are.
Gonna eat it. Stem first.
All right, you put it in, you put it in your.
Just a reminder, I already called it earlier. If he dies, I'm not the one who has to tell Diamond back.
Another reminder, we we did recently, in the grand scheme of things, solve an uncurable disease that started with mushrooms.
You didn't cure it. You gave items to certain people.
We were important, and there was a problem with the mushrooms.
Wait, did we just give away the cure to the people
No, we
hate
didn't
now?
find a cure. We just found the cause.
Oh,
And you had specific vials that held a lot of different like a concentrated property and whatnot.
Yeah.
Which you gave to the consortium to research on. That being said, Yimmer, you start biting into the base of this thing. It is very meaty. It kind of breaks off, kind of like a chocolate bar, really, where it kind of like you bite into it, it's soft, and then you just kind of pull it away. It's kind of malleable that way, like a truffle.
well, there.
Kind of like a truffle. The taste, it first hits sweet, then it turns sour, it turns bitter, it turns it turns putrid, but it also turns into savory, but it's also good, but it isn't. It is absolutely confusing what is going on with your head. And as soon as you start thinking about it, your head starts going quicker and quicker and quicker, and about 2 seconds later you snap out of it.
Oh. Whoa. Ain turns to spleen. I tasted everything.
Nuh-uh.
What does that mean? I'm gonna assume I'm getting there about now.
Oh, hi. Found a mushroom.
That's not a surprise.
It was glowing like these ones over here.
Uh-huh.
You shake it, some like little spore things come out. They're kind of sweet smelling.
Okay, sweet's a bad sign usually, but you know, spores are mushrooms. That's normal.
Yeah, it tastes good and bad and happy and sad all at the same time.
How?
I don't know.
Don't. Never mind. Don't
Mushrooms
try to
are made
explain it to me.
nothing.
That's. You stop that. So we cut a glowing mushroom,
Mhm.
and it tastes like the rainbow.
But
And-
no. The rainbows are happy. This definitely had some sad in there. A lot of sad.
It was a metaphor. It tastes like a lot of things.
Oh,
Um,
okay, because I have tasted the rainbow and it was really nice. Had some grape in there,
Tracks.
which was actually the green. Wouldn't think that. Thought it would be the purple. That was
Then-
aubergine.
Then what was the purple?
Aubergine.
What is that?
It's I don't
It should
know.
have been. It should have
Identify
been
on a
eggplant.
glowing mushroom.
You take the time to identify a glowing mushroom. Describe to me identify, please.
Identify.
Choose one
Identify.
object that you must touch throughout the casting of the spell. If it is, it's a 1 minute cast. If it is a magic item or some other magic imbued object, you learn its properties and how to use them, whether it requires attunement to use, and how many charges it has, if any. You learn whether any spells are affecting the item and what they are. If the item was created by a spell, you learn which spell created it. And if memory serves, although we haven't touched it in quite some time, in your world, we actually modified identify a little bit so that casting at different levels or ritually has an effect on how well you can identify something depending on what it is.
Correct. Base doing a base cast of identify. Well, you recognize that this mushroom is not from this plane. It is outer planar.
Fuck! Is that all I glean from that?
Pretty much.
Okay, we're gonna do it again at 4th level because that's a bad sign.
Ymir's gonna take a bite of the cap.
You take a bite of the cap, you start feeling emotions and the most purest of the things. It's, again, in 1 second, you're absolutely happy, you're sad, you're absolutely livid. There are things of bliss. Just, you're confused, you're stunned, you can't think straight, and then eventually it just stops 2 seconds later.
Whoa.
You now have a headache.
Ow. Ow. Wow. Oh, wow.
And now you cast that at 4th level. These are mushrooms. For the sake of it, I'm just gonna give it to you. These are mushrooms specifically from the Faerome.
Okay. That's potentially not as bad.
how?
Oh,
I've been
yeah.
trudging over since.
Yeah, you eventually make it
Look,
over here
yellow.
after the casting of the 4th level spell.
And I'm just going to explain to him what I've learned.
They all seem to be
No.
going into one direction. Well, two if you're looking at it both ways, but the source of the shrooms seemingly kind of start where you guys are.
Well, if they're leading away, perhaps we should follow the breadcrumbs?
Yeah.
Does this mean that perhaps there's a chance we might end up in the Fey Realms, I wonder?
What?
That would be awesome.
No, it would not.
They have so
No.
many cool things, like this mushroom.
What?
We might end up there, but let's hope we don't. We could always find a way back, right? Maybe, possibly.
I don't know. Patrina!
Pretty sure this does not go across planes. Yep.
Walking further into the forests, you follow the trail of the mushrooms. It seemingly feels like it's taking forever. It feels like it's taking forever. It's just this odd feeling that you've been walking the same spot for the longest time. Is at this point you start noticing like another path of mushrooms that has been slowly converging in on you as you are all walking and following this trail. They seem to be connecting into one intersected point, but following through and further. They're going over the hills and straight through, and if there was any sort of like trees in the way, it would go straight up the trees and right back down. Like it is following a specific path, and it is not stopping at anything in its way.
Explain.
Ley lines.
I was thinking that too.
Oh my gosh, you're so smart. Okay, we should still follow. Oh my god.
While we're walking, I'm gonna pull out the map of the ley lines and see if we can figure out if we are on one.
Let me pull up the map of the ley lines.
Yim, what were those mushrooms called again?
I don't know. Like, well, you said they're not from here, so like
No, the stinky ones.
Oh, those ones. Those are just octopus stinkhorns.
That's the one. Thank you.
You try to triangulate your area. The look at the mushrooms, like the glowing, is making it very hard to kind of read the map as it is and trying to figure out where you guys are. I would need you to make an intelligence check, please, Howard.
That is a 30-20.
Nice. Looking at it, you notice that you guys are walking on one of the more northern facing ley lines that have been charted out for you.
Yeah, we're on a ley line. How far does this ley line go from start to finish?
You don't know.
Like on the map, I mean, like
On the map, it kind of just goes up into the pillars kind of indiscriminately.
Okay.
There's no real. It looks like it's more or less kind of like a general
direction. Not like a definite start and end. Just
it just kind of ends at the pillars, and then for a dirty 20, you kind of get the sense that whoever tried mapping this kind of looked at the pillars and said, "Fuck that."
mm-hmm.
continuing forward, you're looking and trying to parse everything out. It's at this point you start finding more of these mushrooms kind of converging into one point, into other points. Like it seems like there are other mushrooms that are coming in from other angles that are leading into one singular point, which is the route that you're on, and it's still going. It goes and then kind of shoots into your direction. You follow it further, and that's just. And the further you walk, the brighter they start to glow. They're still like relatively like this big, but they're now starting to output some serious light. Where all you're seeing is kind of like it's like the reflection of water on a ceiling. So you're getting that kind of sense of thing under the canopies of these trees that you're following through. Eventually, you start seeing a path that opens up and in, up and in. Like it looks like it's going into a glade area where it's where there's kind of like a central glowing misty spot, but it's also surrounded by the mushrooms that are there, and a central spit of mushrooms that are covering this little misty spot.
And they're all still the same mushrooms?
Yeah, no, they have not changed whatsoever. Like they're various sizes, various shapes, and they don't exactly follow a quote unquote species guide.
Yimmer's definitely picking up a bunch of these as we go.
You start picking them up, and they immediately lose their luminosity. And then if you hold them for more than a couple of minutes, they start withering.
Oh, no. Huh. And like ashing or like turning into dried versions of themselves.
It turns into like a dried version of it, but more like kind of like it's not fossilized, it's petrified.
Yimmer tries to bite petrified one. Any effects?
None.
Oh, this is not a good night for things in Yim's mouth, I guess. Well, yeah, well, I'll still put a few petrified ones in Mr. Sack. And then, yeah.
Interesting note here. You watch as it goes in, and the dust just kind of fly off.
I put a fresh one in.
Again, it gets rejected.
What? Well, okay.
Didn't know
Yeah.
he was picky.
I didn't either. This
Yeah.
is the first time. I don't know. Like I've put a snow globe in there and it's been okay. Like,
Did it come back out?
no, I kept it.
On a snow globe.
You just open it up, it spits it back out as you're looking into it.
Well, I thought, but I don't want it. Take it back. Puts it back. Yeah, this is the first time. I guess it doesn't like Fae stuff. Doesn't like feeling things. I don't know.
Or perhaps anything from a different plane of existence?
I mean, yeah, what's the opposite of Fae?
Shadow.
Oh,
Oh. Wait, what's the opposite of our plane then? Because I thought it was Fae.
hell?
Sure,
No.
would be able to explain that better, but I think we're kind of a conglomeration of multiple planes.
Oh.
If this is Faye, What about the other ley lines? Would they also be Fae?
Oh, wait. Wait. Are you. Wait. Everybody,
I'm
wait.
waiting.
Wait.
I'm
I'm
waiting. I'm
waiting. I'm not
standing here.
going in
Oh.
there.
I'm thinking I have an idea. Hold
Mhm.
on.
Do you want the crown?
No.
Do you want the circlet for a few minutes?
No. I don't know. Maybe.
Take the circlet off.
Okay.
Place it on your head.
What's Spleen's intelligence?
Oh
8.
no.
An 8?
Yeah.
The overloading of information that you just immediately hits your head as soon as this crown touches your. Well, you got to attune to it, but I'm just going for the immediate effect of it. It hits your head, and it hits your head. Everything is starting to make sense for once in your life. Like, what the hell? That's what colors taste like. You basically everything hits you, and you fling right back, right onto the ground, and you are knocked out.
Okay.
Like
Okay.
just disappear.
Come on.
This would
How
happen with Tobias too. I think just give her a few minutes and slaps her on the face a little bit.
Give me a d6, please.
Oh goodness.
Roll me a d6.
Okay, wait. I'm trying to find.
No, given.
Oh, me.
I
That's me.
given.
4.
A 4? But 4 minutes goes by.
4 days.
Yeah, 4 days go by.
Oh, Jesus.
I know.
And Spleen, you immediately wake up. Like it's a slow like wake up, but a lot of thoughts that you didn't think make sense now start making sense, but it's you're still processing a lot of different things that have hit you at once.
How you doing?
Ah, that hurt.
There's a thing called the alphabet.
What's the
Mhm.
first 3 letters?
Yeah. And that I think I've been getting scammed for money.
You have.
Also,
By you.
colors have like they're like the flavors and colors can match. And I can understand why green can be grape because there's green grapes. So
Okay.
Me too.
so the idea that I had is way back before you guys.
And she's gonna like look towards Howard and Hal.
We first encountered a bunch of fire elementals. We went down a certain path and we ran into that one dude that was chained up and it was lava and fire everywhere. Random.
That was odd.
Really strong. Like a lot of like this one thing. Right?
Yeah.
There's a whole lot of this one thing. Right here. Right? What else? Did we ever run into anything like that with like other that's all I got. My brain is now like
Well, there were, I mean, apart from the dryads on the road.
no, they're their own thing. I'm talking about ley line. I'm talking
They were
about
on a ley line, weren't they?
I mean
Dryad?
they've been there. Give me that map. Give me that map.
I hand over.
So
the map.
we're kind of so on the map, Lord and my savior, JT. So
we're kind of in the area where way further we encountered what's his nuts, the scarred dude, and
Yep.
the fire stuff for the first time. That was like one of our first like missions
so-
or quests when we first started this campaign.
So if you go onto the map right now on Roll20, if you've decided to log in, which I know you haven't.
Whoops!
Was not
Don't call me
here.
out. There we go. I know
Okay.
this is coming.
Take us over to here.
I
so
don't want to
people
know
could
what's
see.
new. Roll20. I don't give a shit.
Whoa, 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 whoa! You don't talk
I
to
love you,
Roll20 like that.
Roll20, but I don't want to know what's new. I want to discover it. I don't want spoilers. Spoiler free, my dude. Okay.
So just
We're-
called
we're in-
spoiler alerts.
Menestad. No, we are more north. Okay. Do I need to be looking right here?
Yeah. So where I have the token right now.
Yeah.
Oh, we're so tiny.
Yeah, well, it beats having a giant token being like, you're right here, and just takes up the whole damn area, right?
Maximize zoomage.
Pretty much. And hunts.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, where you met Ron F was more or less in the just between the Nor-Alman forest, which is where you are right now in the Norland Plains.
Okay.
Which
Would
is
it be
more or less
along
kind of
one
like
of the-
right there.
Okay. Not on any of the ley lines?
Pretty darn close to one that's kind of shooting.
Hmm. And this hasn't been mapped out further than so this could be connected like another big cluster. But again, these are not full.
Yeah.
And oh my god, I'm gonna pass out after this. And I don't remember who said it, but the lockets have something that's like different plane stuff tied to it.
Yeah.
As soon as you
These
say
lockets
lockets,
have
you start
been
realizing. As soon as you start saying lockets, you start realizing that the one of them is pulsating pretty darn good right now.
Patrina? I pull it out.
It is the Patrina locket.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
So what did we talk about? Call
I
her
forgot.
name first.
Okay, yeah. Hold on, I need a drink from my water skin. I have. Have you guys seen Pacific Rim?
Yes.
No, yes, no. Okay. Do you know the scene where the scientist guy like puts his mind to the one of the kaiju brains, and he has like this information overload, and he starts like having a nosebleed.
Spleen.
I'm getting a nosebleed right now. Okay. Patrina? Are you here?
Where are you guys in this whole section anyway? Have you walked into this glade? Have you walked are you outside like in this pathway? Where are you?
Howard is on the outskirts because he is not walking in by himself.
At the
I'm-
precipice.
Take a few steps into the glade while I'm calling for Patrina.
Okay.
Right behind her.
All right, so you guys are walking in, and basically, as soon as you cross you cross a threshold of mushrooms. I gotta get a new chair. This thing is starting to die on me.
Oh no!
It's starting to lose its pressure in the coil, so it's like I'm slowly sinking throughout the night. It's just, I must go. My people need me. regardless, let my ADHD just sidetrack myself. You cross a threshold of mushrooms that kind of create this circumference and as soon as you do, Spleen, holding out the locket, it starts pulsating even more and even more even more, not violently, but just aggressively.
Mm-hmm.
It's at this point that you notice that there are a bunch of like dragonflies kind of just floating, just like wisping back and forth. Some of them are butterflies. They're not like getting attracted. They're not attracted to the locket, but more or less just kind of, new presence, kind of looking at them.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I'm gonna go further in. Okay.
I'll come with as well.
We're getting stuck on this plane. We're getting stuck together.
Mm-hmm.
Patrina.
Yimmer, what are you doing?
Guess going out with them.
You're going in with them?
Yep.
Go. You all past the threshold. Spleen, you're moving up further. You're getting closer to now the inner closer to that inner circle. It's looking to be like a good 30 feet, 35 feet wide. That is like just this misty area. It looks like it's like a specific, it's like a fog that just decided to sit on this specific spot of ground that is also surrounded by these mushrooms. You see also, now that you're looking in, like the rocks that you'd seen from the previous meadow before, kind of sticking out of one of these sticking out, but it's like the mushrooms again follow up and around. Up and around it. So like a circle was going to be placed here, and it doesn't matter what is in the way, it's going to be a circle.
Yeah. What in the world? I go towards the center.
Following
You go-
with her.
So like,
And and I'm gonna open the locket.
better yet, let's just go to
Oh god, I need to zoom out.
Oh no.
Pretty!
Oh, cool.
Oh, pretty.
so you walk into the middle of the
Yeah.
so like how into the okay, so you walk there, or do you walk further? I think you should have control.
You're not.
I have failed myself. You have not changed your names back.
Oh,
Oh,
Nice.
how do I do that? Hold on. Alright, over here. Spline.
It's in the
Oh, shit.
settings cog in the top right, I believe. Yep.
And then it was Tracy. Where am I? 18. Okay. All right.
Boom. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Howard, PP14.
It's like one of those Peggy ratings, right?
Peggy
I love that.
18. All right, so I believe you have control now.
Hey.
Yeah. I'm going in. I think I'm gonna stop right there.
You're gonna stop right there, and you're gonna open up the locket.
Yeah. Once everybody's with me.
this locket is starting to shake. Now, violently is a proper adjective for it. Just it is shaking and desperately wanting to be. Like it looks like it's desperately wanting to be opened.
All right, here we go.
Ah! And it's at this point, as soon as you open it up, the pure concussive force blows, like everybody from Spleen gets blown back about 10 feet.
Oh shit.
Damn.
This shockwave just hits the ground and ripples across the glade. The mushrooms kind of like change their coloration for just a half a second. It turns from like all these like the violets, the blues, the turquoise. It turns into more of like oranges, yellows, reds, like pretty much like drastically opposite colors for just a quick second, and quickly reverts right back. And it's at that point, you guys all get knocked out. You take a second to realize this. Spleen, you're blinded momentarily for a second just by the sheer light that got released from this thing. As it takes you just a couple seconds to kind of shake to shake your eyes out, you see a ghostly form apparated right in front of you. Sallow cheeks, longer skin. She obviously more of a female form to her, but you notice that there's like long cowls kind of dripping and down from her, like tattered rags that have been draped over her body and wrapped in. It kind of just reaches down and you see like a cloaked hood, not covering the eyes, but more or less just kind of like bringing in. It's all these like very rough linens that have been like, looks like they've been patched and sewed together so haphazardly and uncaringly, just more or less kind of a get it on function. You do also see that there are 2 slots for very long ears sticking out.
Patrina?
There's almost like a deathless gaze staring at you. She's floating into the air. She's floating in the air. As soon as you say her name, you see like almost like a twitch in the cheek, almost like not a recognition, but kind of like an acknowledgement of the presence that is standing right in front.
You guys are seeing this, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try and step back into the circle.
You try and step back into the circle?
Same.
Okay. As soon as you step into the circle, the eyes and the gaze just turns immediately on to you, Beatrice. Just kind of full-on wail screams out of her body. I would like you guys to roll for initiative.
Well, fuck. Okay.
Oh boy.
Told you, she'd be jealous.
Damn.
Also, I apologize for not forewarning on that one. But I wanted to get the scream in.
Yes.
We also need to hydrate.
Hydrate.
What?
Oh, I don't
I
have
don't
hydration.
wanna. How dare you?
Yeah, I'll be back.
Also, Tom, we did deem that if there's any cameos of you where you're like not here and like Daisy has to do a cameo, you are a Muppet. You're a Muppet version. Let you know.
Okay, so let's get funky,
Like there's
people.
enough spleen to go around. That's right.
What the hell did I just-
Okay. So, 25 to 20.
Oh, we got some people that stepped away, so
Oh. How dare!
they had to get Wawa.
They weren't prepared. Oh, right. Should move myself forward.
Hydration achieved.
Wow.
Atta girl. Just waiting on. There he is. All right, so now that we've hydrated, thank you for that, Tom. 25 to 20.
Just a quick second. Not there.
Nobody? Okay, 20 to 15.
18.
16.
Okay, 15 to 10.
12.
14.
11.
There we go. Okay, so we're gonna start off.
Oh my god.
Okay, so we're gonna start off with a layer action, actually.
Uh-oh.
I'm so excited. We haven't had a combat in so long.
So at this point, Howard, you're not stepping in just yet. You haven't stepped in,
Okay.
so you just pull your spell back out once.
Mhm.
As her wail pierces your ears, you all cover for just a second. Hold on. I would like everybody to make a Constitution saving throw, please.
I should have kept silence prepared.
Constitution saving throw. The D&D Beyond dice hate me.
You said a
Not rolled
con
above
save?
10 once.
Constitution, please. Okay. Just let me know when you guys are ready.
I'm good.
Good.
hmm
Okay, so Halsterian,
14.
14. Okay. Spleen.
23.
Nice. B.
12.
Okay. Juju.
Good was the wrong term. 6.
And Yimmer.
16.
16.
Oh no.
Those who did not pass 13.
Oh.
You're gonna take 28 points of psychic damage. those who have
Oh.
saved, those who had saved, take half of that.
Oh boy! Oh boy! Oh boy!
Yeah. I think I have the right. I chose the right color to start off this
Yep.
start off with this game.
Exactly. Now that she does the scream, the layer action happens. The mushrooms react to her scream and they start pulsating into this absolute. They start vibrating and pulsing in just this absolute like shimmer. All you hear is just. They start shimmering right up. That'll be that. Howard.
I'm gonna go ahead and drag my fingers across a new rune on my shield, and then trace the same rune across my chest and cast Armor of Agathis at 4th level.
Nice. Wait, you can learn that?
Through Rune Shaper, baby!
Hell yeah.
I didn't know I could until I was looking at it, and I was like, oh, yes.
Cool. All right. So tracing this rune, where is it placed? Is it on your shield or?
It's on the shield.
Yeah. So basically, you kind of take your hands and you trace from underneath the shield. You just go in, you trace it, you follow it all the way up and around the edge of the edge of the shield. It starts glowing, and as you pull your hand away, you see like a streak of blue, like this, like a frost, like a pure white blue almost, trail across, and it hits the tip of your finger, and it crawls right up in almost a flash, creating like this, creating this layer of frost over your clothes.
And that's yeah, I'll take that step forward now. I'll take 2 steps forward, and then I'm gonna.
As you take a step forward, the mushrooms start shaking ever so violently that as soon as you make your foot over, they slice clear up.
Slice, not spring.
I would
Okay.
I would like for you to make a dexterity saving throw, please.
Okay.
That wasn't me.
Is this um where the hell is it? Dexterity saving throw. That's a grand total of. No, not the. Don't do that. What is this? 8.
8.
Yeah.
You're gonna take 9 points of slashing damage as these things shoot up and start shoot up, and as soon as they shoot up, they create a wall that stands right in front of you. It's almost like this ethereal wall. You can see right through it, and it's shimmering ever so beautifully, but it's like it looks like it is a forced barrier between you and the inner ring. Which at that point, does that not trigger the Armor of Agathis?
Yes, I was gonna ask, does it affect the wall? It would do,
What do you
20
mean?
damage to it.
Okay, so it does expend one of the Armor of Agathis is, from what I remember right, is every time it gets damaged, it just releases.
Yeah, it damages the source of the damage. Hang on. Let me double check that part. Oh, it's on melee hits. So if
This would technically be a melee hit because you are
Okay.
being hit.
then it would trigger the damage against the wall.
Yeah. It would do that. Okay, so as soon as it does, the armor of Agathis trigger spreads and shoots out. You see these mushrooms like freeze up and almost shrivel and die, but another one replaces it almost immediately.
That's gonna be my turn then.
Okay, Halsterian. Beatrice on deck.
I'm of the thought that perhaps she just wants to talk to Spleen. I'm gonna wait on that, really. And so I am going to cast Protection from Evil and Good to the nearest person to me that is outside the circle, which is Yimmer.
Probably a good idea. So when he tries to eat those mushrooms,
So yeah, I'm going to be protecting him against, because it seemed like Faye.
Okay, so that describe how it looks. What you do.
Briefly, a glow sort of just like pours over him and disappears.
Okay, cool. So just like the creamsicle looking ethereality, just kind of
A shimmer on Yimmer.
a yim shim.
Oh, there you
All right, that's your turn.
go. You know what? I'll rage. Why not? It'll be funny. Stay tuned for why.
Okay.
And that's 1d8.
What's that face?
I think I know what it is.
Oh dear.
Come on.
All right. And so with my wild surge,
I knew it.
Yep.
whenever a creature hits me with an attack before my rage ends, they take force damage. But for now, nothing else.
Okay. Cool.
Cool. All right, that's it. B. Spleen on deck.
B is stepping towards Spleen. We want to talk, right? We just want to talk.
Yeah.
And she's gonna keep her axe as a cane, but ready to grab Spleen and book it if she gets attacked.
Okay. So then that's your turn. You're just kind of you can't hold the action to run. That's not a held action that you could make. It has to be like a tangible, like an actual attack, or like you're holding a specific spell.
Okay.
So
This girl, I think she got mad when others entered. I'll be okay.
Hearing that, B is going to keep her eyes on Spleen and back out of the circle very hesitantly, very slowly.
as soon as you start bringing your foot across, the mushrooms again shing, shoot right up, causing your thing. Make a dexterity saving throw, please.
Oh, D&D Beyond liked me. 22.
Nice. You'll take 3 points of slashing damage from that. But your way is blocked.
So I can't get out. I'm raising my hands. We mean no harm. And just leaving it at that.
Okay. Make a persuasion at disadvantage.
Shit. No, I'm not very good at those. $11.
11. Okay. You're speaking to her, but her eyes are locked. Like it almost feels like although her eyes are on Spleen, you feel the anger and the presence directed directly at you.
You're one scary motherfucker.
Is that your turn?
Yeah.
Yim? I should also just set the stage a little bit more. The sky is still clear, and you see the moon, especially like the light of the moon seeping through. Is seeping through the mist and like almost creating, well, for lack of a better word, moonbeams.
First of all, thank you, Hal. It kind of feels nice. Thank you. What are we fighting? What are we doing? I
No.
assume Yimmer can hear through this barrier.
Yeah, like this is it's
Okay.
yeah. You can. You're listening to like Beatrice and Spleen talking. Howard and Hal are speaking. Like you can hear. There doesn't seem to be like an absolute like
Bubble.
a bubble around this.
Okay, so Yimmer is going to ready Mind Sliver if Patrina makes any aggressive actions towards Spleen or B.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so just basically you're waiting for the prompt. When she attacks, you go.
Yes. I got my toothpick ready.
Okay. You didn't say Howard. All right, you got your little toothpick ready. You're ready to go. All right. At this point, she looks at you, Spleen, starting to float a little bit closer to the ground. She stands over you and has this grand, like, there's a power, there's like more than just there's an aura. That's the word I'm looking for. It's just a powerful aura around her.
Mhm.
You kind of get the sense of like there's just pure chaos around her. She looks down, just does a quick shift to B and slithers right around you and just like kind of ghostly apparates quickly in and around, goes right up to B. And she's gonna make an attack.
I don't think I got a turn.
Wait, you didn't? Shit, sorry.
Okay, I was kind of confused because I thought it was Spleen.
I couldn't
Yeah, I
remember
have
if
the
that was
initiative
before
there.
or
That's-
after Yimmer, because I remember you saying on deck, but then I was like,
Yeah, sorry. I am sorry.
it's
13,
okay.
12, 11.
No, you're right. It's Spleen. That's DM. I'm
It's
thirsty.
okay.
Leave me alone.
I will not leave you alone. I guess before she does any of that stuff, you're like, hey.
Patrina, it's okay. I mean, no harm.
We're gonna do this.
I just wanted them to meet you.
And she has her hands like open. She's like showing the locket and everything.
I saw this was you. Is this you? You're beautiful.
Make a persuasion check with advantage, please.
Okay. 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 That's better. I get no bonuses. Dirty 18.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. She's looking down at you. Okay, so we're gonna rewind everything that's about to happen.
What?
She's looking down at you, and she's starting to float just a little bit down. She's starting to float. I keep saying the word down. She floats further towards you, just kind of slowly looking at the locket, almost longingly in this sense. And she looks at you, and it's not anger that you sense. It's more or less like a sadness and a sorrow.
Hey, don't
She's
be
not-
sad.
She's not attacking. She's not. It doesn't look like she's gonna make a move against you.
Oh, no, don't be sad. Don't be sad. I'm just happy to see you again.
Yeah, it's at this point like you're holding up this locket, and it is not shaking anymore. It is open, and you feel like again this pulsing, but it's almost raw arcane in its own right. You don't know what that feels like, but now it's just an extra sensory pressure that's upon you at this moment.
Mhm.
Is
This
that
was
your turn?
yours, right?
Is that your turn?
Yeah. It's my turn.
Long
Sorry.
enough role play for 6 seconds.
I know. Sorry. Oh my god. I was just so into. Oh.
Yeah. So we just did Yimmer. Okay, Patrina. Again, she's looking longingly at this locket, but then sees Beatrice, and the eyes turn from like this white to red and move up in it. Like it was still gonna happen regardless.
But having that hesitation is good.
Yeah. A moment of hesitation. You like she apparates right in front of you without like you comprehending that she even moved. You feel the coldness of her presence standing right in front, and the eyes and the rage, the pure fury that's in her eyes. She's gonna take her hand, grab you, push you up against the barrier that's there. It doesn't trigger because the mushrooms are now up and out, but up and out, and the claws are going to sink right in. She's going to make an attack roll against you on that one. That's a natural 20.
Yeah.
Ooh. No.
That'll be 25 points of damage, slashing damage.
Doubled, or is that
No, that is doubled.
okay? 25 slashing. God.
Hmm.
Yeah, that was doubled.
Okay.
So do I trigger?
Yeah, you do. But yeah, no, that's yeah. You do trigger it.
So it's intelligence save for Patrina.
Okay.
Ooh.
And what is this effect that's going to happen to her?
It if it succeeds, then a 3d6 psychic damage as well as minus a d6 or minus a d4 on the next saving throw.
Okay, so she rolled a 13.
Wow. Good work. That was a 15 DC. So
Was it
3d6. Wow.
Broken clock, as they say.
Yeah, that rarely happens.
A broken twig strikes only twice a campaign.
11 psychic damage. And then minus 1 on the next saving throw.
Cool. So okay, so with that, you're gonna have to remind me on that one. So she raises B up, takes her hand, and her fingernails turns into insanely long and sharp claws, just jams right in between the plates of her armor, just kind of up and in, just. And B, like you would feel what would normally be like a hot surge of like adrenaline hitting you. You feel just like this draining cold just take you, and at that point, Yim, you immediately throw the toothpick without thought. It lands straight in the center of her mind. She reels back and screams, not a full-on wail, but just kind of like, I can't even get that high. Screaming with the pain of feeling something just surge through her mind even further. She's still gonna go make her second attack. Okay, that's gonna be... Yeah, that's gonna be a 13 to hit. Beatrice?
That does not hit.
Okay, so taking the hands out and tries to make an attack again. That's when the mind sliver hits, and the attack just goes wide and slashes a bunch of the mushrooms that kind of naturally pop up and then reappear. So that is going to be her turn. With that, I think it's good to call our night right there.
Boy.
Oh my god! I love Triangle!
Oh dear God! I would like to once again thank D&D Beyond for sponsoring us tonight. Please check out their stores, their character sheets. They have a lot of resources and different stuff that really helps. And a burgeoning campaign trying to organize itself a lot better. I'd also like to thank the Band of the House. FX May Vary for sponsoring us as well. If they are playing in your area, please go check them out. And go check out our Dire Bear merch and come join the Discord. Hopefully we'll get those
links working.
We'll get everything working up and running with the Discord with the chat again.
Defib.
Oh yeah, he's coming in. Just clear. Clear. That being said, I want to thank everybody for sticking it out tonight. The Dirty Rollers, thanks for coming by again. It's always appreciative of you coming by. Sorry your game could not be run tonight, but I understand that's just how things go sometimes. With that, yeah, I guess we'll have to see what happens next week in Falskallan Nights. But before we do, I have to ask you one question. Do you dare to imagine? Have a good night.